The video is about setting goals. I'm just a guy with a crush on a girl who works at Burger King. You know what, Pablo? You're absolutely correct. All right, set goals now. Such a funny title. All right, but actually though, I want to look like Arnold. That way so that Burger King girl will give me the time of day. And so that I'm not haunted by thoughts of my ex at 3 a.m. Will I ever feel the same way again? Shut up, bro. Be a man. I feel like this is pretty common for guys that I grew up around. Like, I'm 25, and I have no plans of staying in a cubicle for the next 50 years. And I tell you all, I have plans to live well past 100. Now, my immediate goals don't stretch that far, but what they consistently include is not relying on a job I don't care about taking 40 hours a week from me and making that a reality as soon as possible, ethically. This channel isn't family friendly, but it's 100% ethical, and you can take that to the bank, little Johnny. I've talked about goals in the past before, but as a man who is now 2 years older than when I last talked about them, I have a new perspective on things. That sounded like a joke, like I went to war. I didn't go to war, I moved to the Midwest, and I found the answers in the cornfields. Gosh, this video already sucks. Let's just get into it. Number 1, momentum. I feel like we all have like nice goals or like thoughts of like, oh, I want to be rich or I want to be jacked, which, you know, they're all very nice thoughts to have. But for most people, they have these goals turn into things that are just like on the back burner in their life, turning into thoughts that are like, oh, someday I'll get rich or someday I'll get jacked. Like, gosh, dude, I do not want that. Like, I want that feeling of just like looking in the mirror and just being like, wow, this is what I look like shirtless now. And smaller, more achievable goals are the way of getting to this like big macro goal of getting ripped or making a lot of money. The two fronts that I'm currently trying to push forward in my life also happen to be fitness and wealth, and giving myself mini goals to get out of like a rut or like an off day are the things that help me build steam to keep pushing forward. Don't feel like lifting weights? Go on a walk. Make sure you sweat a little. Then come back, stare at your dumbbells. That's when the thoughts that start to come in that are like, there are 25-year-olds living your dream life. Go catch up. That's when they start to come in. And same for business. I run an art account on Instagram and I can actually draw. It's just there are budget constraints on the channel, and I was literally doing this 2 years ago outside of a dumpster. All right, anyways, if I don't feel like drawing some 10 out of 10 anime waifu girl, I'll just sketch for a bit or just like learn how to draw faster. I think that I can bring in Milk Ape for this one. If draw faster, sell more in less time. Number 2, data reaction and recorrection. I don't know how to title this point, but you'll get it. The more time and experience you dedicate towards a specific goal, you're gonna build data. Shut up. And for something like fitness, I'm not talking about like learning calorie amounts by like recording it into like the food apps or whatever. Like, I'm talking about being 6 weeks deep into something, and then you assess things, and then you're like, oh, I like where this is going, but we can cut back on this. For something like a YouTube channel, you can look at the performance of like a few videos that you uploaded and be like, oh, I got more people to respond to this video when I did this. Let's just do more of that. And again, for something not as digital like fitness, you can be like, you know what? I do like this exercise more than this other one. It's such a concept that as you actually put effort out into the world, you get feedback on it. Maybe not instantly for something like business, but you eventually get enough responses or lack of responses to something where you're able to say, like, it's time to try another way. Oh, I got bars. And this isn't to give up the initial goal, but just course correcting onto something more positive to produce. Number 3, self-confidence in winning. The feeling you get when you actually start hitting your targets or making some like serious progress on like the goals that you've had in the back of your head for like years, that's incredible. It's kind of like when you finally get good at like a video game and then you just start spamming the same attacks because you know you're gonna win with it. It's like that, but in real life. And you get this weird existential feeling like, gosh, dude, I don't have to live in Kansas anymore. No, I'm joking. I love Kansas. But you really start to think like next year, my life could look extremely different. And the people that didn't see the vision, that were like, oh, his goal or his dream, like, it's stupid. Gosh, dude, you're gonna look like an alien to them. I'm not talking about Geep Gorp over here. I mean, like, they'll see a picture of you or like your follower account online and be like, what the heck? And you know the type, like it's the guys that you went to school with or that you met in your hometown that like, they know the situation that you grew up in and how you rose above it. But be the bigger man, bro, and don't do anything malicious because it's just better to keep the past in the past. All right, bro, I'm out of here. God bless, and don't forget, we're all gonna make it.